Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video we're gonna continue the topic about Meshtastic. This is an open source long-range mesh communication system that uses the inexpensive LoRa radio modulation to let people send and receive short text messages or GPS data. It is commonly used for off-grid communication where cellular data or Wi-Fi is not available. It could be useful for group communication and emergency scenarios. However, in this video, we're going to explore another use case, telemetry data from sensors. In the previous video about Meshtastic, I showed you how to get started with this XIAO Meshtastic kit from Seed Studio. The hardware is XIAO nRF52840 and Wio-SX1262. In my getting started video, I've explained you how to set up a couple of nodes and how to exchange messages between them. If you have missed this video, please have a look at it. In this video, I'll follow up and I'll upgrade the same XIAO Meshtastic kits with an I2C sensor BMP280 for reporting temperature and barometric pressure. Although it looks simple, it was a long journey because along the way I had to download and build the Meshtastic firmware from source. If you're a tech-savvy user interested in Meshtastic, this video is for you. We're gonna do a deep technical dive in both software and hardware. The Meshtastic Telemetry Module provides 4 different categories of data transmitted over the mesh network. We have device metrics, environmental metrics, air quality metrics, and health metrics. In this guide, I'll show you how to use the telemetry module with sensors connected over the I2C bus. The Meshtastic firmware supports several different I2C sensors, which are automatically detected at startup. The Meshtastic documentation lists the currently supported sensor types in the Meshtastic firmware. As of November 2025, there are approximately 30 supported sensors. By the way, the Meshtastic firmware also supports I2C mini OLED display that you can attach along the sensors. I have a spare BMP280 sensor for measuring temperature and barometric pressure, which I'm going to use in this demonstration. Inter-integrated circuit, also known as I2C or I2C, is a two-wire communication protocol developed by Philips more than 40 years ago at the beginning of the 1980s. I2C uses SDA, the data line, and SCL, the clock line, to let multiple sensors communicate and share information with a microcontroller or a microprocessor. Each I2C sensor type has a unique address. This way, the Meshtastic firmware can scan the I2C bus at startup and detect the supported sensors that have been wired to the Meshtastic node. In the previous video about getting started with this XIAO Meshtastic kit from Seed Studio, I've just downloaded the Meshtastic firmware and flashed it on the device. It was a pre-compiled binary, however, it does not support the I2C sensors out of the box. Because of this, in this video, I'm going to show you how to download the source code of Meshtastic firmware and build it from scratch. The good thing is that Meshtastic is an entirely open source project, so we have access to the source code and we can easily modify it. The Meshtastic firmware relies on Git for version control system, and the Git repository is hosted on GitHub. The first step is to use the git clone command to download the source code to your computer. I'm a long-time Linux user, and as you probably know from my previous videos, I'm running Ubuntu long-term support version on all my laptops. On this laptop, I have Ubuntu 24.04. I opened a terminal to execute all the commands in this tutorial. By the way, they are also available in the description of the video, so you you can just do copy and paste if you have the same setup. Ubuntu has switched to a requirement for Python virtual environments. The goal is to improve package reproducibility and separate system Python from user-installed Python packages. So I created a Python virtual environment for Meshtastic in my home folder, and with the next source command, I've activated it. Nowadays, it's highly recommended for developers and Python users to have Python virtual environments where they have specific domains. This is part of the PEP 668 initiative for marking Python-based environments as externally managed. After that, I've installed Meshtastic. This is the client shell for talking to Meshtastic devices. Actually, as a matter of truth, we don't need the Meshtastic Python package to build the Meshtastic firmware from source. However, it is very useful. The next steps are crucial. I've installed PlatformIO using the pip install command with the upgrade argument. PlatformIO is a cross-platform open source ecosystem for developing, building, and managing firmware for embedded systems and microcontrollers. This is the tool that we're gonna use to build the Meshtastic firmware. PlatformIO installation takes a while. After it successfully completes, I will have PIO command line interface tool that allows me to interact with the PlatformIO ecosystem. To verify the installation, I used PIO to check the version, and I have PlatformIO core version 6.1.18. I use the cd command, which means change directory, to enter the firmware directory. It contains the source code of the Meshtastic firmware, which I've cloned with Git from GitHub. In it, I've executed PIO with the arguments run -e seed underscore XIAO underscore nRF52840 underscore kid underscore I2C. I repeat once again, the exact commands are available in the description of the video. Have a look at them and you can just do copy and paste if you have the same setup. The last command that I've executed triggered a Meshtastic firmware build, which takes some time because along the way it also builds all required dependencies, which are actually quite a lot. In PlatformIO, the -e option in the PIO command stands for environment. So I decided not to use the default environment and instead to specify a very specific build environment. Let's do a quick code review of the Meshtastic firmware. So for nRF52840, we have platform.ini file which specifies this environment. The very important and specific thing for this build environment is that it removes the flag for the GPS. As a result, through the C Studio XIAO nRF52840 kit variant.h file, the pins for I2C are set to SDA on D6 and clock SCL on D7. Pay attention because these are not the standard I2C pins on the XIAO module. It is very important to use D6 and D7 when we're wiring the I2C sensor to our XIAO module. If we don't build the firmware with this very specific build environment, or if we wire the I2C sensor to different pins, the Meshtastic firmware will never recognize and will never read data from the sensor. While the compilation of the Meshtastic firmware is still going on, let me summarize once again that we need a supported I2C sensor. We need to build the Meshtastic firmware from source with a configuration that supports I2C sensors, and we need to make sure that the wiring is correct according to the SDA and the SCL pins defined in the Meshtastic firmware. Time is important and nobody wants to waste it, so thanks to the magic of video editing, we can increase the speed and fast forward to the moment where the Meshtastic firmware has been successfully built. Upon success, at the end, we're gonna have firmware.uf file. This is a binary file format designed for easy drag and drop flashing of microcontrollers, especially for boards like Raspberry Pi Pico or other ARM-based devices such as the XIAO nRF52840 that we have here. The total size of the firmware binary file for the XIAO Meshtastic kit is just 1.5 megabytes. I downloaded the firmware source code from GitHub and I've compiled it on my computer. Now let's upload it to this XIAO Meshtastic kit. Using a USB-C cable that supports data transfer, connect the XIAO Meshtastic kit to a computer. Very quickly, press twice the reset button on the XIAO nRF52840 development board. I repeat, very quickly press twice the reset button to enter device firmware upgrade mode, also known as DFU. This is a special mode of the microcontroller which allows you to update or flash the firmware directly. The XIAO device will appear as if it is a flash drive, so you can just drag and drop the firmware, or as in my case, you can type the cp command to copy the firmware that has been built to the microcontroller. Although, as we have seen, the firmware size is just 1.5 megabytes, the flashing to the microcontroller takes some time, so please patiently wait until the flashing completes successfully. You recognize this because once the upload completes, the device will reboot in normal mode, not in DFU mode, which means that it will be no longer available as a USB flash drive on your computer. I did all these steps, and after successfully flashing the firmware that I've built on the XIAO module, I've safely disconnected it because I need to do wiring and to attach the sensor. The next step is to attach the sensor. For this purpose, I'm going to use this small breadboard and I'm going to wire BMP280 sensor to my XIAO Meshtastic kit. BMP280 is a small barometric sensor from Bosch that measures air pressure and temperature with high accuracy. It is commonly used in weather station, altimeters, and of course IoT devices. Here I have it on a purple printed circuit board that is breadboard friendly, so I can do prototyping with it. It operates at 3.3 volts and I need 4 wires to connect it to the XIAO module. So we need to connect ground to ground, VCC to 3.3 volts, SDA to D6 on the XIAO module, and SCL to D7 on the XIAO module. The exact pinout of XIAO nRF52840 is available at the Seed Studio wiki. A link to it is also available in the description of the video. Here is the exact wiring. It took me less than 2 minutes. To save your time, I'll actually increase this part of the video. You already know the drill and you have a good understanding how to do the wiring based on the code review that we did. I repeat that we're not using the standard I2C pins, but instead we are using D6 and D7. This is something very specific for the Meshtastic firmware for XIAO nRF52840. The whole thing is that I2C is not enabled by default for the XIAO Meshtastic kit. Because of this, we went through all these steps for rebuilding the firmware from source, and now we have to use this specific pins for I2C communication. My setup to attach the sensor to the XIAO module includes a mini white breadboard and 4 wires. In a previous video, I've explained the exact steps how to get started with XIAO nRF52840 and Wio-SX1262 kit for Meshtastic communication. And in this video, I also showed you how to attach a battery. I'm going to use the same battery to power this unit with the sensor. The I2C address of the BMP280 sensor is either hex 76 or hex 77. In the Meshtastic firmware, BMP280 operates in the so-called forced mode. This is an energy-efficient configuration because the BMP280 sensor performs a single measurement on request and returns to sleep mode afterwards. It's showtime. Let's see the Meshtastic Telemetry Module in action. I have already installed the Meshtastic Android application on my smartphone, and in the previous video I've connected the Meshtastic node over Bluetooth, so my device is recognized by the smartphone and I can directly reconnect over Bluetooth. In the settings tab of the Meshtastic application, I had to scroll down to module configuration and to click telemetry. I've enabled send device telemetry and I set the device telemetry update interval to 30 minutes. After that, I've switched on environmental metrics module enabled and set the environmental metrics update interval again to 30 minutes. I've also switched on power metrics module enabled, and after that I've saved all changes. Honestly, this part of the integration between the smartphone app and the Meshtastic firmware is a little bit tricky and annoying. I had to reconnect and to actually reboot the Meshtastic node, but finally it started reporting the environmental data. As you can see, the BMP280 sensor measured the temperature and it reported it as 23 degrees Celsius. If you are based in the US, you can change this to Fahrenheit. And also the BMP280 sensor reported the barometric pressure. The Meshtastic firmware automatically scanned the I2C bus and found the BMP280 sensor. I didn't need to explicitly configure the sensor type or model. Meshtastic offers a couple of important advantages for environmental monitoring using the telemetry module. First of all, Meshtastic uses LoRa modulation, which operates in the license-free radio frequencies. This means that you can send and receive messages for free. The second advantage is that everything is open source, and as you can see, we can modify and configure the firmware. This could be really useful for environmental monitoring in the nature or even agriculture in remote rural regions with limited connectivity. However, Meshtastic also has some disadvantages which we should take into consideration. First of all, we need a good antenna in order to communicate between Meshtastic nodes on larger distance. Second, this specific XIAO Meshtastic kit is very tiny, which is convenient, but also means it has a limited number of GPIO pins, which as a result is creating challenges when we need to attach multiple peripheral devices. Because of this, we had to recompile the Meshtastic firmware and to replace the GPS that is compiled by default with an option to attach I2C sensors. Another temporary, in my opinion, disadvantage is that the Meshtastic firmware still supports a relatively short number of I2C sensors. And by the way, I have in mind attaching new sensors, so maybe in future I'll contribute support for these sensors to the Meshtastic firmware. So let's summarize. This is my second video about XIAO nRF52840 and Wio-SX1262 kit. In my first video, I set up a couple of nodes, and in this video, I showed you how to build the Meshtastic firmware from source. By default, the Meshtastic firmware for this XIAO kit supports L76K GNSS module. If you want to use I2C sensors, you have to recompile the Meshtastic firmware from source. Once you do this, there are many I2C sensors that are supported. In this video, I demonstrated BMP280 for measuring temperature and barometric pressure. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now you know how to use the Meshtastic telemetry module and how to configure the Meshtastic firmware for XIAO Meshtastic kit with I2C sensors. The moral of the story is that reading the documentation is not always enough. Sometimes you have to look at the source code, and the benefit of open source software and firmware is that you have this opportunity. Stay tuned for new videos, hit the like button, and I hope to see you soon.